Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this live coverage where we bring you the latest developments from the state of Kuwait amid the ongoing regional tensions and their potential implications for the Gulf region. The Middle East continues to experience heightened geopolitical tensions with military developments unfolding across several areas of the region. Recent days have seen the interception of missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles over parts of the Gulf, raising security concerns and prompting governments to activate precautionary measures to safeguard their territories and vital infrastructure. Beyond the military dimension, these developments are also being closely monitored by global markets, particularly energy markets, as any instability around strategic maritime routes such as the Strait of Hormuz could influence global oil supply chains and international trade routes. Amid these developments, the state of Kuwait has intensified precautionary and preparedness measures across various ministries and national institutions to ensure the protection of citizens and residents, maintain the stability of essential services, and preserve national security. Now, tonight, we will examine the broader implications of the regional situation while also highlighting the coordinated efforts undertaken by Kuwait's institutions to maintain stability and preparedness during this sensitive period. Joining us throughout this coverage are political analysts, experts and activists who will help us understand the evolving situation and what it may mean for Kuwait, the Gulf region and the wider international community.
قادة وقوات دائما على استعداد وجاهزية تامة لحماية الوطن بالتعاون مع زملاء السلاح في وزارتي الدفاع والداخلية وقوة الإطفاء العام وتقديم الدعم والإسناد لكافة جهات الدولة خاصة في أوقات الأزمات والطوارئ ونسأل الله أن يحفظ وطننا الكويت من كل مكروه في ظل قيادته الرشيدة.
Recent regional developments have prompted heightened vigilance across the state of Kuwait, particularly following reports of intercepted aerial objects in the country's airspace. Over the past 24 hours, the air defense system detected 2 ballistic missiles and 13 drones that violated the country's airspace. Meanwhile, the Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit handled 8 reports. As tensions intensified across the region, Kuwait's security and defense institutions activated enhanced monitoring and defensive measures. Air defense units and surveillance systems continue to track aerial activity in coordination with regional partners, while fighter aircraft and radar systems remain on standby to respond to any potential threats. These developments have highlighted the importance of preparedness and coordination between Kuwait's security institutions. Civil defense teams, emergency responders and security forces have been deployed to assess affected areas, remove debris and provide assistance where necessary. Despite these incidents, officials continue to emphasize that the internal situation in Kuwait remains stable and under control, with government institutions working together to maintain public safety and operational continuity. As the region experiences heightened security developments, Kuwait has activated a range of precautionary measures aimed at strengthening emergency preparedness and ensuring public safety. Authorities have urged citizens and residents to remain vigilant and follow official safety guidance, particularly when encountering unfamiliar objects or debris. Emergency shelters and civil defense facilities across the country's governorates remain steady as part of the National Emergency Preparedness Framework. In the following report, we highlight how Kuwaiti institutions are responding to these developments and the measures in place to protect citizens and residents. The Ministry of Interior has intensified nationwide security measures as part of Kuwait's precautionary response to the regional developments. Security authorities confirmed that patrols have been reinforced across the country's governorates, particularly near critical infrastructure, public institutions and major transportation routes. Emergency response units and explosive disposal teams remain on standby to address incidents involving debris or suspicious objects. The Ministry of Interior announced that following meticulous and intensive security monitoring and surveillance operations, the competent security services have uncovered and apprehended a terrorist cell affiliated with the banned terrorist organization Hezbollah, which aimed at destabilizing the country's security and recruit individuals to join the terrorist organization. Security investigations revealed a well-organized sabotage plot orchestrated by members of this terrorist group, comprising 14 citizens and 2 Lebanese nationals. The plot targeted the country's sovereignty and stability, seeking to spread chaos and disrupt public order, thus posing a direct threat to national security and endangering the safety of citizens, residents and the nation's resources. The ministry has also called on the public to rely solely on official information released through government platforms and avoid spreading unverified information on social media. Officials emphasized that misinformation during periods of regional tensions can create unnecessary panic and undermine public stability, stressing that legal action may be taken against those who deliberately spread false information. Here's the story.
The Ministry of Interior continues to implement its comprehensive security plan to monitor developments related to the ongoing regional situation, affirming that all security sectors remain on a high level of readiness to ensure the safety of citizens and residents across the country. These efforts form part of an integrated security framework aimed at maintaining internal stability and responding effectively to any developments. As part of these measures, the ministry has intensified the deployment of security patrols across various areas of Kuwait and strengthened coordination between specialized security sectors to ensure rapid response to any emergency reports. The explosive disposal units affiliated with the Ministry of Interior are also continuing to respond to reports of shrapnel resulting from defensive interception operations, with specialized teams immediately moving to reported locations to safely handle and remove any potentially dangerous objects. The ministry stated that the specialized team handled 12 reports of shrapnel, bringing the total number of reports received since the beginning of the conflict to approximately 392 reports across different areas of the country. In addition, senior officials from the Ministry of Interior have been conducting field inspections visits to several security sectors and departments to assess operational readiness, monitor field operations, and ensure the implementation of emergency response plans. These visits also aim to strengthen coordination between different security agencies and confirm their preparedness to deal with any potential developments. The ministry also confirmed that security personnel are working to secure mosques and regulate traffic around them during the Taraweeh and Qiyam prayers in Ramadan, ensuring the safety of worshippers and facilitating smooth entry and exit from mosques with increased security patrols in surrounding areas. The Ministry of Interior called on citizens and residents to comply with official instructions, avoid approaching any suspicious objects or shrapnel, and report them immediately through the emergency number 112. It also emphasized the importance of relying on official sources for information and avoiding the spread of rumors.
Today, security authorities across the country continue their efforts to ensure public safety and maintain stability amid ongoing regional developments. The presence of security personnel, awareness campaigns and precautionary measures remain essential to protecting both citizens and residents while ensuring that daily life continues safely and smoothly. To shed more light on these efforts and the role of the Ministry of Interior in addressing recent developments, we are now joined by the phone with Major Sarah Jamil from the General Department of Public Relations and Security Media at the Kuwait Ministry of Interior. Major Sarah, after a very warm welcome, if you're listening to me, can you please tell us about the latest update you have from the Ministry of Interior, especially after the great efforts by the security forces done in dismantling the terrorist organization cell or the group cell that occurred as of yesterday, consisting of 16 individuals?
Yes, air raid sirens were activated twice, bringing the total number of activations since the beginning of the aggression to 91. Also, explosive ordnance disposal teams handled 6 reports related to falling debris resulting from defensive interception operations, raising the total number of reports since the start of the aggression to 403. Also, the Ministry of Interior announced yesterday the arrest of terrorist cell linked to Hezbollah, consisting of 16 individuals, 14 citizens, and 2 Lebanese nationals who were planning to destabilize the country and recruit members. Authorities seized weapons, ammunition, drones, encrypted communication devices, and other materials related to sabotage activities. The ministry confirms that investigations are ongoing and the criminals have been referred to the public prosecution, stressing that Kuwait security is a red line and any threats will be dealt with firmly.
And Major Sarah, what is the purpose behind the field presence of leadership of Ministry of Interior during such circumstances?
Of course, their deal to destroy the country and the security of the country. And by the way, also on March 15, the law was issued for fighting the terrorism. So the law also was issued, and the law, and it's in effect now, and the law criminalizes the establishment or management of terrorist organizations or joining such groups or training individuals to carry out terrorist acts. It also imposes strict penalties that may reach imprisonment or even the death penalty.
That's clear. Let's get to the EOD unit, Major Sarah. The explosive ordnance disposal teams have handled several reports related to the presence of shrapnel. Could you please update us on how many reports have been dealt with and explain the nature of these defensive operations?
Since the last or past 24 hours, 6 reports regarding to the explosive ordnance disposal teams. So the total since the beginning of the aggression, 403. This is regarding to the reports, and we emphasize that approaching unknown objects or shrapnel can be very dangerous. So please be careful because they may be sharp or hot or may contain hazardous materials. They can cause burns or serious injuries, so people should not touch them and must report them immediately to 112.
And regarding traffic awareness, what advice would you give to the viewers during such sensitive period, particularly with some roads temporarily closed due to presence of debris and shrapnel?
It's very important to follow the traffic rule all the time, but especially with this critical situation, and especially when they hear the sirens, drivers should move calmly to the nearest safe location or to the right side of the road, avoid blocking roads and allow space for ambulance, police and other emergency vehicles to pass. Also, they should avoid gathering near incident areas, and if they saw in the road, for example, missile fragment, they supposed to move away and don't touch it, report it directly to 112.
And any precautionary measures should citizens follow, especially during the last 10 days of Ramadan? And what should individuals do if they encounter overcrowding in mosques?
We advise them to follow security anti-traffic instructions, avoid overcrowded areas when possible. Worshippers should also cooperate with the security personnel, especially in mosques. Our security personnel, security patrols, the emergency teams are deployed in the shopping malls near to the mosques, the markets, to assist the public with humanitarian and security assistance. But please we need their cooperate by following the instructions and the rules for their safety.
Major Sarah Jamil, that was elaborative. Thank you for the information. The viewers, we'll take a short break and be back.
الحرس الوطني قادة وقوات دائما على استعداد وجاهزية تامة لحماية الوطن بالتعاون مع زملاء السلاح في وزارتي الدفاع والداخلية وقوة الإطفاء العام، وتقديم الدعم والإسناد لكافة جهات الدولة، خاصة في أوقات الأزمات والطوارئ. ونسأل الله أن يحفظ وطننا الكويت من كل مكروه في ظل قيادته الرشيدة.
Now, the past 2 weeks have been difficult for the state of Kuwait, as we've seen, but the state of Kuwait has proven to be stable, has proven to be solid, has proven to be dedicated, and has proven to be committed to its citizens and to the people residing in the state of Kuwait and to everyone who resides in the country, and of course alongside the GCC nation, as we're acting one block. So we have seen the past half an hour how the country has been putting with its official agency and government and entities so much efforts and big efforts, tremendous efforts in maintaining stability and ensuring that we stick to the official and verified information to maintain stability of the country. And of course the great effort of the security forces, not to be forgotten, which is the dismantling of the terrorist cell of 16 individuals that crossed all red lines of the country's sovereignty and all red lines, which is non-negotiable. So this is great effort that this is of course non-negotiable and great effort by the security forces, and we have shed light with our guest Major Sarah Jamil right here. And as of now, the viewers will get a short break and we will be back with our 8 p.m. news update with my colleague Mohammed Al-Jasmi, and then we'll continue our special coverage for more latest developments with our other guests as well, to give you the latest regarding other segments as well, whether it be psychological and of course economical and political. As of now, stay tuned at KTV2.